So courage, where did you find the courage to do this? I mean, you had your company business or your family business, you were involved in that.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, you love to be the explorer. You love to go out and try new things and create your own success. Where did that come from? Is it because you were in a family of entrepreneurs?
I'm not sure. So the courage to create something like my business, my own business, was a courage. I was forced to find the courage because I was in such a, like a comfort zone before that I would never, I have to say and to admit, never had found it. Hadn't life, give me this kick. But I've always been curious and adventurous. And one of the things, since when I was young, I wanted to be different from, all my friends. We were all pampered, had everything we need. I had a wonderful childhood. Everything was easy. So I wanted to challenge myself, and I started challenging myself when I was very young. So going beyond my limits all the time. And if I can, we have time for a short story.
Absolutely.
When I was in Berkeley and I was 17 years old, that summer, I met an Italian girl. And we became friends because at that time, and it was like the beginning of the 80s, not so common, like to go abroad and learn English. So we met, and she said, "Oh, you know what? At the end of the term, I'm gonna go, like take a trip around the United States, and I'm gonna go in this city, this city, this city. Would you like to come with me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, great." So at that time, there was no internet, nothing. I, was cold collecting my mom, dad, please organize the same trip from home, etc. They organized everything, paying. We had traveler checks and no credit card at the time. Totally different story. So I had some traveler check, and I was spending, almost ended my money. But again, so the night before leaving for the trip, this girl told me, "You know what? I'm not coming with you because I fell in love with this guy, etc. And I'm staying here." And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Wow.
And then I was like, should I stay or should I go? Like the Clash, should I stay? No. Should I stay or should I go? And I said, "You know what? Let's try." And this was the first time, 17 years old, that I went traveling on my own.
Wow.
With very little money, because I was counting on her money, and my father had sent me something in New York, and that was the last, the arrival of the trip. So, and I did it, and I discovered that it was so much fun because you connect with people, you are forced to become more curious, etc. So I said, okay, you know what? I will challenge myself all the time. And this proved very useful because when I had this huge turnaround with my business, I was already, trained to embrace adventure.